Hi everyone, this is teacher Carla again. So you can see I just covered myself because I just woke up. I'm not prepared. You can still see my background here. This is the new company I'm working with. This picture that you can see, this is what I do. I get a screenshot of myself and I post it here. So I can cover myself every time I need to drink water while teaching or while waiting for the student, and the classroom is already recording what I'm doing. So I just mute my microphone, and then I cover myself with this, especially if I'm going to sneeze, if I'm going to put like ointment, tiger balm, sniff it. If I'm not feeling well, I need to drink my medicine or drink water. So that's what I do it. Or if I'm just waiting for a student that's not showing up. So I just put it here. I did it because um, when I got pregnant, I really cannot um, sit up straight. I have a bad, not so bad, but I can't bear it that time while having classes. I can't show I am okay in front of the video. Uh, I am okay. I'm feeling well, but I really am feeling bad during that time. So I created a way to cover myself and so I could at least close my eyes while waiting for the student. So this is what I did. So as if the QA is looking at a picture that or a teacher who is waiting for a student. So I think my manager mentioned this. I'm not sure if she was talking to the QAs regarding this cover. I'm not sure if it's okay, but I'd never had a warning regarding doing this. Probably because my manager is so kind to inform the QA that I am pregnant. I'm really not feeling well. I'm just trying my best to have classes and help out with the students. So, excuse me. All right, right now I'm going to show you how I conduct classes. Let me try to share my screen. Desktop. Let me see if this would work. Because desktop share full screen. Or we could probably use a cursor. All right, here. Oh, so this is how it works. I need to show my face. Oh, okay. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let me take it off. Okay, so let's go with full screen instead. There, and I'm covering myself. Okay, let me take off my picture so you can see. All right, there we go. So, this is how I conduct my classes. I would have this page, just one browser. All right, I only would have three tabs. So, the tutor page to check my schedule. This is the class table. Um, I'm not sure why it's still working, but I already resigned. And then this is the only two that I would usually look at, the table, the salary. If there are announcement, it would just pop up. Okay, so you can see my hourly rate. It's really not bad for someone who's new. I wish I had it increased. It's just that, yeah, by September, I knew I was already not feeling well. November, I had a confirmation I'm pregnant, so that's why I didn't have a lot of classes. Okay, so much about that. So this is what I'll have. You need just three tabs because especially if you're working with a laptop, it's not as strong as my desktop because my desktop has 12 GB RAM. And um, you could probably have the same way with laptops, but that's gonna be like very expensive already. Um, okay, so and I try to minimize the tabs because if I'm gonna be traveling, I'll be using my laptop and I'm not used to just three, then that's gonna create a problem. It will freeze my laptop. So these are the three, usually four, probably if I need to search a picture. I would say picture of a tiger. Okay, you see that? That was quick. Please use this microphone for searching. It's very efficient when it comes to searching for anything, especially if I would conduct classes and then suddenly um, I don't have I'm not familiar with a word. I would just say it here. Even though I mispronounce it, it would still catch it. Like when I found out about um, other ta other term for main course, other term for main course. There's another entree. I didn't know that when I saw this word, I didn't know I read it as entry, but it doesn't sound right. So I went to Google search. See, there's already a button here showing how it's pronounced. It's actually entree. See, but it's entry. Well, yeah. Most of the Filipinos probably, if you're not familiar with the word, you would read it as entry. But if you're familiar with it, it's entree. Okay, it means main course or main meal. Mean in a because that's one thing that can remember. And Google search was really um good tool to use when you're teaching. So if the student is zero level, then you go to Google Translate, you choose, well, in Akatsuki, it's Chinese students. So I would get the Chinese simplified. I would say, this is how you pronounce this word. So I would copy it. Just click this so you can copy it. And when you go to class in, let's go to the practice room. That's the practice room. I would just put it here. They can read it. If it's a kid, then try your best to say the same way you heard it in this translator. Let's try. 这是为你这么修饰个词. Make sure that you have the right tone as well, because what's gonna happen? It's gonna be a different meaning if it's not the same tone. So it's a good thing I've learned basic Mandarin back in college, so I knew about how Z sounds like. But this is very helpful because when I started with Akatsuki, I can't remember how to say what is your name. That was the most basic one when I started Mandarin 1 in college. So this reminded me how to say it. So let's try. What is your name? It's different. Let's try the traditional one. What's your name? There you go. Okay, so what's your name? So you would practice this. This is every time you'll have a class, you would always ask the name of the student. So it's good that you would practice it. I would recommend while do it live, excuse me. If you have a student here already, that's when you do it. That's when you practice it. You can practice it while waiting for the student, but it would retain in your memory how to say it if you already have a student with you. I don't know. It worked for me. Probably it's different for you, but that's how it worked. So if I have the student here, I would listen here and then I would copy how it said. 你叫什么名字?你叫什么名字? I would do it like 2 times or 3 times so I would remember it. And then every class I would do the same thing. I would go to the translation, especially if it's zero English. When you ask them instructions like Can you circle this? 你能吹起你能吹写下吗? If there is a parent beside the student, they would recognize what I meant. And if I copy this and there is a parent beside the student, usually if it's a young learner or a zero learner, the parent is beside them. They can see it. And they would recognize that I'm giving them instruction to circle something. And um, most of the time, parents are helpful because parents are very particular when it comes to education in China. So they really help out their kids to learn. So they would say, they would translate it to their kid, mentioning, telling them, instructing them to circle what I was wanting the child to circle. And then another instruction that is very common is, can you point to your 你能指出你的 nose, something like that. Or you wanted to point to the mouth and you say the English word. So they would recognize, oh, so nose, so the English for ilong is nose, or whatever the Chinese translation would be. Okay, so this is very helpful. And another thing that I like about class in, so this is class in. So this is a blank page. Another thing that I like here is this. You can copy and paste from the browser and then paste it here in the class in, because I've seen a lot of platform. There's another one that Akazak's using. I forgot what it's called. I think I still have it here. A classroom. You cannot do that here in a classroom. You cannot copy and paste. Let me show you how I do it. Okay, so this is class in. I would get a picture of a lovely cake of Barbie. Did you see how fast that was? This is very efficient. So while you're telling the students, what kind of cake do you like? Oh, it's just a cake Pokemon, something like that. Pokemon is very popular. So I would say, this is the cake that I like then. Ta-da! They would say, wow, that's a cake, that's a Barbie. No, it's a cake. I'm going to show you another picture. So you just get your snipping tool here. This is the snipping tool. What happens is that you press new, you take a screenshot of this and then copy and then you paste it. And ta-da! That was like just 2 seconds or 3 seconds. And then they would say, wow, I want a cake like that too. And if it's a boy, usually you can have a Pokemon cake or a Lego cake. See, you could do the same thing at the same time. So if you can see, it would show up all those pictures of lovely cakes, amazing cakes that a kid would love to have. Like for example, oh, I'm so happy, I want to give you a cake. So this would engage them. Oh, happy birthday to, you could probably say their name, type their name, Jim, or because I would always call the boy. I can't understand their Chinese name, so I just give them their own name. I would call them Jim for the boys and Elsa for the girl. Even if it's a grown up or a kid, I still call them Jim or Elsa. Or you can use the pen to make it bigger. You can customize it. Jim. Happy birthday, Jim. How young are you? I'm 6 years old. Or I'm 7 years old. Okay, then you would sing. If you have an audio clip here for happy birthday, what that would be amazing. So you can just give him a little song, like a little chant, happy birthday to Jim. Wow, yay! That's it. That's short. Then you can continue with your lesson. You just need a quick engagement thing to do to start with a lesson. Okay, so much about that. I could probably share next time one of my videos how I conduct my classes, like live classes. Now, in the meantime, I have Cambridge because they asked me to use this, but I was using a different dictionary before that is quicker, just like Google search. So the good thing about Cambridge is that they have the pronunciation, because the old dictionary I was using, it was quick. It was okay to, it was actually very fast to look for a word, a spelling of the word. because I got used to the text messaging type of spelling. So you need this. Okay, so, and it doesn't have a voice search. This Cambridge dictionary, so that's minus. That's not a plus. Because the other dictionary, I can't remember what it is, but I think it's just dictionary.com. It has a function for searching for a word just by voice search. So if I'm going to put it here, like entree, excuse me. Okay, we got entree. You see, it would show UK and US pronunciation, entree. And it would also provide the this one, I forgot what this is, how you pronounce it. And you need this, you need to put it on the chat board and submit it like that. And you put it here. So this is how entree, I sent you a message, you can tell the student, I sent you a message in the chat box that how the entree word is pronounced. So you just try to review it after class and practice it so you would remember as well. Use it in a sentence so you will remember. Okay, and then that's it. You see, this is the Cambridge Dictionary is also efficient to use. Just like that. You can hear the pronunciation right away, the spelling right away, you can see it, and the pronunciation. I forgot what this is called. Anyway, you can comment down below what it's called. Okay, anyway, let's go back. All right. So these are the helpful things that I can share. Now going to Manycam. Yeah. If let's close this so I can show you something. This is very helpful tip. I'm going to show you how. Glades is a new hire in ACADSOC, so Glades, please listen carefully. This helped me a lot in my class. Okay, so as you can remember, you can provide prizes for your class. So you can see here at the okay, let's enlarge it. See here at the side, at the right side, there are your options. So I would prepare let me put a picture. This is confusing. Okay, I would prepare my there. I would prepare it with my name at the corner. Let me show you how to do it. So first, when you go here, let's see. You need to go to this wiggly worm type of thing, like it's mentioning it's a drawing part. So you can use the cursor just for pointing out, and you can use this to drag your pictures or your icons. Excuse me, the pen tool. When you click this, then you start to write. This is very useful, especially when you're teaching. It's another way to interact. So when you click on that, you can just choose the color. I would usually use it's either red or pink, and I need a red, and I can write down the spelling. Like when I'm teaching a cat, and I would wear what's this? An AR of a cat, and that's gonna be engaging. I would ask the student to I would ask the student to say the words. Let me take off the pen. Okay. Okay, this is quite new. I would even ask him, can you say C-A-T? Cat. Cat, cat, cat. To erase it, then just use this button to erase it backwards. Okay, there you go. So we're done with cat. Then let's go on with a dog. I would show a picture of a dog or a toy dog. I would show them the spelling. I would make them repeat it. D-O-G, dog. D-O-G, dog. Then they would remember it because it's connected with a picture and with a spelling, how I drew the letters. So that would retain in their memory. Okay. So these are the functions. And here, as you can see, it's Teacher Carla. It's not showing. You can activate this by turning it on here. This is the button. See, it shows up my name, Teacher Carla. There, here. over here. But I would usually use this for the translation of your reward. Okay, so your reward, I would put it here. You can just ask your manager how it's translated in Chinese because I had a translation in the Google Translate, but she said it was wrong. I put it here, your reward. It means that this is the side where I put your reward. So how do we put reward? You go to this effects. It says effects here at the bottom. It's like a wand. And okay, so what do I would usually provide as a reward are the stars. That's the most common one. Okay, this is the star. It's a dancing star. You can enlarge it. I think this is the latest version, free version of Manycam. So you would enlarge it like that. If you want to multiply this, this is the technique. I'm not sure if most of the teachers know how to multiply this, but you just need to, on the keyboard, you need to press Control button. And then you have to go back to the star here and then click it again. So there you go. You got another star dancing. Okay, so you would say, okay, you got one star, yay! And then you proceed with your class, and then you give her another star. So you click the star again here for another one. What I do, so it's going to be not so time consuming, I already prepare like 10 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would show them that I gave them 10 stars for the whole duration of the class. And then I would emphasize that, oh, I gave you 10 stars. Now, I hope you like our class, and I hope Teacher Carla deserves a rating. And they would see the website that it's only for 5 stars, even though they would have this thinking that, oh, the teacher gave me 10 stars, but I can only give her the maximum of 5. So obviously, they would give me a maximum of 5. So you would get a 5-star rating. So I hope that helps, especially when you acknowledge the parents at the at the back. If you acknowledge them, that would definitely be a 5-star. If they saw that you have a quality teaching, and then if they saw that you're happy, if they saw their kids are happy, and if they saw that you meet their expectation or exceed their expectation, then they would definitely appreciate that. And at the same time, you were able to acknowledge the fact that they are helping out their kid to learn English, then that's going to be a 5-star rating. So those are the techniques that I do as a top tutor. Sorry if I'm catching my breath. I'm pregnant. So I'm catching my breath. So I hope this helps, especially to those new ones. You can download, there are, uh, this is already very long, so you can download or you can watch the other videos from other teachers how to download these icons here. These are what I would usually use in my classes because I have a red, I teach colors, I teach food, I teach animals. Pizza, I give this as a prize. So this is like a grand prize aside from the stars that I'm giving. So I would mention since you are a very good, especially for trial classes, you are so smart. You can say 你很聪明, so that you are so smart. Or 你很棒, you are amazing. You have to say it with feelings. 你很棒, and then show them a pizza. They are familiar with pizza. I know Chinese loves noodles, but I would show them a pizza. They also like it. So I would tell them, oh, this is your prize because you've been very good. Another good prize is, well, the ice cream. I do have the ice cream as well. Or you can show them a burger like this. This one is a popular one, chocolate cake. See? There's also a cake that has candles on it. So they would really appreciate, they would be very happy when they see this. They would remember who you are. Just try to repeat your name several times, especially at the beginning and the last part, because that's what they can remember. The first 30 seconds and the last 30 seconds that you call, that's what the clients would remember. Carla at the beginning and then Carla at the end. or your name, whatever your name is. Excuse me.